All right, Jay, I was talking to my client friend the other day, and I was telling her she wants to make a Twitch channel. And I was telling her, I was like, you should do it. You're a pretty girl. Put some elven ears on. You'll get people watching you. And then I was like, there are trolls out there. You'll get them. And I was reminiscent of our favorite troll of all, Jay. Do you remember him?
The purr kitty guy? Is that what you're talking about?
Purr kitty.cat guy. Every time we would make like a questionnaire, and he would always reply in kitty puns.
I really miss him. Like, genuinely, I didn't know that. Like, he was our first troll, and I genuinely enjoyed...
Yeah, he said, like, it'd be a perfect idea. He would play into the kitty persona, and I missed it.
Yeah. I don't know why he stopped. We never said anything mean.
No, we actually... You know why? Because we asked more of it. That's probably why.
Oh, yeah. He probably watched the cast and was like, ooh, people are looking me up now.
Oh, these
I
guys
liked when
are
this was
gross.
anonymous.
Jay, was it Shelly? Was Shelly running that page?
It could have been Shelley. So, Johnny, I have to tell you, you look a lot like Remy Warren. There's this guy right now. So, because we're videoing, people are gonna see. I'm gonna post a little video or photo of Remy Warren next to you. You look just like him right now.
I'll take it. Who don't I look like? Remy Warner.
Yeah. So as we joined the call, I tell Johnny, "Oh, look up Remy Warren. You look just like him with the hat and the beard." And Johnny looks up Remy Warren, who looks like maybe he's a nice guy, but he looks really scary.
Rasputin. Just remember Rasputin, but the buzz cut.
Yeah, he looked like Rasputin with a shaved head. It was it was funny.
Jay, that's how we were friends.
So Johnny was like, "Ooh, that's how you think of me, huh? That's how it's gonna be."
And then I typed the right name, and I was heart eyes for Jay again.
You were hard for me again? One of the
heart eyes, Jay.
Oh. Did this podcast just go explicit? No, Johnny. So, what did you want to talk about this week?
Okay, there's things that you and I love that the world loves. There's things that you and I hate that the world loves. Anyways, box office, right? A movie is only as good as its box office debut. And what does box office mean, Jay?
So basically, it's like the money that the theaters bring in, and they split it with the companies, with the studio. They split that money. It's the box office. So when you see like Avengers Endgame made $1.6 billion, they had to, or whatever it is, they had to split that with the studio and the theaters. So they split the box office monies. But it's basically how well does it do in the theater.
Good. And a lot of shows you and me love to talk about were bombs.
Yeah.
Right? Some of our favorite movies, like we go legitimately favorite movies, bombed at the box office.
What does it mean to bomb at the box office?
That means they make less money than what it cost for the movie.
Yeah. Exactly.
Trivia.
You're so smart. You're so effing smart.
So effing smart. There's our office quote for you guys. Knights. So and Jay, I know why you brought this up. It's to prove why you can watch the Green Lantern movie. And it's okay, Jay. I told you watch it. Watch it all you want. I'm not going to judge you anymore.
I'm pretty sure that movie actually made its money back.
No, are you? Oh,
I think it did. Oh. I'll make this bet with you, Johnny. I'll bet you a Tootsie Roll. You got to bring me a Tootsie Roll next D&D session.
Okay, done and done.
Okay. I bet you that Green Lantern made more than the budget.
Good. So do you want to go over our favorites, or should we save that for the end?
I think we can just jump into it. So we had a couple recommendations of like different movies. So the basic premise is what movies are extremely good but bombed at the box office.
And it sucks for people who dictate the whole night is all we want you to get out of this is like don't matter what the box office drive is, watch the movie.
Well, and I was thinking about it. It's kind of a weird paradox. So, the number one film of all time, or considered like the most critically acclaimed film of all time, is Citizen Kane, and it bombed at the box office. And if you look at IMDb, the highest rated film of all time on the Internet Movie Database is Shawshank Redemption, and it bombed at the box office. So it's kind of an interesting thing where they're not correlated. So just because your movie makes money does not mean that it was good. Hashtag Frozen 2.
I almost thought you were going to say Frozen 1 and we'd have to fight.
Yeah. No, the first one's really good, and it made like $1 billion.
Yeah, that song is still stuck in my head, and I've never even paid attention to it.
You just got to let it go, man.
I do Let It Go. Wait, Let It Snow?
Yeah, Let It Snow.
Let it snow. Let it snow. See, that works better.
Yeah, it's true.
Missed opportunity there, Disney.
All
right. And what got us to talk about this, Jay? What's one of our favorite movies that you and me actually bond over that not a lot of box office failure?
Is it John Carter?
That's the one I was talking about. I watch that movie probably once a year. Easy.
Yeah, John Carter's kind of a sad tale, too, because that was kind of the actor's break. I don't want to say his breakthrough movie, but it was definitely like his biggest movie to date. And it bombed. And he hasn't really been in any huge projects since as the main lead. And I think that was going to be his film. What's interesting is it's not like it has a high IMDb score. Like, people really liked it. It's kind of considered a bomb because of the marketing team at Disney. Just people didn't really know it had come out. Like, they didn't spend the amount on marketing that they should have.
And it was set up, too, to be back then when they wanted to make trilogies, right? When Harry Potter, all 8 books had to come out. Hunger Games, you know, like, you had to make Lord of the Rings. You had to make trilogies. And it was set up for a trilogy.
I would be okay if they, like, revisited it. Like, if they went back and made a second film. Like, I know the main actor's getting a little bit older now, but I think it would still work. It works
for the movie, though, because he comes back to Earth, right? He is a little older when he goes back. It would work.
Yeah, it would have been years had passed. It would be actually perfect. It would be perfect.
And what's nice about this and why we bring it up, because we're manifesting it out to the Nerdiverse. Like that, I just coined it, Nerdiverse.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay, cool. Out of the Nerdiverse. Disney, right? What if they made it a miniseries?
They totally could. And they need the content. I don't know. And it has a following. Like, it's considered one of the films that a lot of people bring it up when you talk about box office bombs. John Carter usually comes up pretty quick because people really liked it.
It can be long. I can see people thinking it's a slow, long pace, but I'm like, but when you want to enjoy a movie, if you have time to do it, it's worth it.
100%. What did you like about the film, Johnny?
I liked the long movie. It was a good the hero's journey, right?
Yeah.
Good hero's journey. It brought you it world built Mars really well too, because the time that it had, you could tell the infighting, and they correlated his time Civil War, how another planet had the same Civil War. I like that a lot. I like the actors in it, really well done, and it was a good space epic that we haven't had in a while. If you think about it, there's not that many good space novellas, epic, even though it's not in outer space, you're at a different planet, so it's sci-fi.
Right. I actually claim John Carter is a big influence on my book we've talked about. She has red skin. The main female protagonist has red skin. And I like the idea of, going to Mars, although mine takes place on Venus for scientific reasons. I do like the red planet, though. Originally, I was going to put it on Mars because of John Carter. I'm a big fan of the film. I really like the lead actor. He's got that deep voice, that long hair. I love the concept of, like, he had a family and they were killed. And, like, he just you can see him carry them with that. And he's also a veteran. I don't know. Like in the old Dirty Wars. He's just a hard dude. You know what I mean? Like, he just lived a really tough life. And I enjoy watching, like, kind of his pain and his growth. And I don't know. I really enjoy watching him bounce around when he first gets to Mars. When he can't, the gravity hasn't caught up with him.
The bone density's different, so he's able to fly-ish, jump really long, falling with style. He wasn't flying.
Yeah, exactly. Toy Story.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of, I don't know, it's kind of like a magic system they've put in that's kind of goofy. Like, it doesn't actually follow science, but it's still really fun. Like, it's one of the funnest magic systems you'll see. And I just appreciate the movie a lot. We should keep talking about it, Johnny. Tell me more what you think.
No, like I said, he kind of like a double hero's journey, right? Where he has his first life. He's a Civil War vet, family lost, died, had to rebuild. And he didn't care. Like, he found money, but his whole goal was to go back to Mars. So I liked it. Like I said, it could be done in a miniseries. Opposite of what Disney's been doing lately, where some shows should be movies and some should be miniseries. I'm looking at you, Moon Knight. But yeah, that's what I liked about it. I mean, like I said, I can rewatch it. He's a great actor, and it's not like it was a very, very good. And this gets underused. The female character, the protagonist, she's not a damsel in distress at all.
Not at all.
She's
awesome.
Hard knocked, man.
And this was one of the first films that did that. Like, you think
right?
it is more common now, but you're thinking, guys, you got to think 10, 15 years ago when this movie came out.
Yeah, 2012.
It was not as common. Yeah, so 10 years ago, almost on the dot. It was not as common to have. We were still in the James Bond female damsel in distress Scooby-Doo stage of Hollywood, and she was not that at all.
And she wasn't like when the X-Men, right, with Jane, but Jane was kind of crazy, like, right, she was the Phoenix. So there weren't like a steady on her own character. Like, he wasn't there to save her. She technically saved him.
Yeah.
And she gave him a place. And her strong character, that's something that gets underutilized in this movie that doesn't get picked up a lot, that I've been talking to. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this way more than I have that have paid attention to it, but that's just something that comes to me is like, she's super strong.
I love William Dafoe in the film as well.
When is he not amazing?
He's so good in it. Virginia!
Yeah, and he's not even
Virginia.
like, he's a
green person.
There's two Martians, right? The whites, and then he's so animated in it, right? He's
CGI.
CGI, there you go. But you can tell his facial expressions are him, man.
Dude, I will say this. The CGI, I don't know if you've seen the She-Hulk trailer, but the CGI in John Carter from 10 years ago is better than the CGI in the trailer for She-Hulk. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. I don't know if you saw the trailer, but the CGI in it is atrocious. It is the worst CGI I've seen in a long time from a big budget production. Am I not allowed to say that?
We'll go into it later, off camera.
Okay. I'm purely speaking about, like, the characters look like cartoons. They look like a 90s video game. I'm not saying anything about anything.
It used to be like the very first Hulk movie that came out in 2000. Everyone was like, look at the animation. And then I saw it and I was like, this is crap.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first one with, it's not Bruce Banner. The guy has the same name.
It's Ang Lee's Hulk. He was the director.
But the main guy's name is super close to Bruce Banner. It always makes me laugh. Anyway, it just was very cartoony, but I know what you're saying.
Dude.
It's interesting to see how
Eric Bana.
Yeah, right? It's super close.
Yeah.
The Banner Prep. Anyway, but it's a great movie, and it's one of those that, like, I don't know if people don't have the patience for it. Why it ruined it? It was too long. That's the biggest things I've heard from people not liking it. It's a long movie, which I always hate when people say movies are long.
It was only 2 hours and 12 minutes, and the pacing on it was fast. Like,
yeah,
he's on Mars pretty quick, and he's back off Mars. I don't know. It went by quick for me. That is a movie that I thought the pacing was phenomenal on. But I'm a big fantasy guy, so I like that. I love science fantasy.
Yeah, it was a really rare fantasy sci-fi.
Yeah,
carnation.
Yeah, thank you.
Which I heard a Crystal Blade's gonna do really well.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. Have you ever seen Citizen Kane or Shawshank Redemption?
Shawshank, I have a little bit. I tried to just for movie classes that you have to take in college to be nerds like us. I've never seen Citizen Kane. I did see Casablanca. That was as close as I got to that era.
I'm in the same boat. So I've never seen Citizen Kane. I have seen Casablanca. They're, the top films of that period.
Yeah.
But I've heard Citizen Kane is unreal. I need to see it. Eventually we'll watch it. But Shawshank, Johnny, you got to watch all the way through. Yeah,
I've seen, like, bits and pieces about it. I feel like that's one of those movies so you have to be in the right headspace. I'm never really in a good headspace.
It 100% is. Yeah, you got to be watching it either with the right people or you're in the right headspace.
Yeah. Right headspace.
Yeah.
All right. I will say this. Here. Let's do this, Jay. Is there one box office bomb that is a true blue bomb that wasn't great but you liked, other than Green Lantern, which wasn't a bomb? But do you know what I mean, though? So I'll start it off. I'll go with this. And it's also easier for me to, if I don't have to pay $15 for the movie, if I watch it like at home, or like the bar's lower for it, right?
Right.
I really liked Valerian, the one that came out, The City of a Thousand Planets. That's another kind of long movie. It's 2 hours and 9 minutes. Anything over a minute, an hour 47 is long for these Gen Zers. Anyway, I like Valerian. Did you ever watch Valerian?
Yeah, I hated it.
Really? See, I like that one. That to me didn't bother me. I can see why a lot, but that's the one that I was like, I liked it. People were like, they were happy to see a studio, not a big name studio, make something big. But it didn't go through.
I don't mean to throw
but I enjoyed it.
I just don't really care for the acting style of the main lead. Other people, they really like him. He played Green Goblin.
My cousins love him, dude. That's like the dream guy is him, which I don't get because I'm like Henry Cavill all day.
Yeah.
If you wanna simp over someone like me and Jay, give me Superman. But I don't get him.
Yeah, it wasn't my. He's not my favorite actor. He was a little bit exposition heavy throughout the film, and I don't think I wasn't in the right mood for a really drawn out fantasy like space epic that is a little corny. It was a little corny, and I wasn't in the mood for that at all. I was expecting something a little more.
Did you pay to watch it in the theater?
No, it was Prime. It was Prime.
Okay. So yeah. So imagine if you paid. You'd hate it even more.
I'd have been ticked. I'd have felt like I was sitting through the Eternals.
Oh, don't even.
So I actually don't have one that is a true office bomb. The closest thing, and it's almost blasphemy for me to say it, Tommy Boy didn't do well in the box office. And
you didn't like it?
Yeah, no, I love Tommy Boy, but I get why people don't love it. You know what I mean? I get it. But it's one of my favorite films.
Oh, yeah. I feel like especially with our, maybe it was our friend group growing up, we quoted that all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. I love Tommy Boy. Black Sheep I get. Their little weird remake thing that didn't really work. It was like a spin-off, but not really.
I loved Black Sheep too, man. I'm not going to lie. I loved Black Sheep.
It's like, I just didn't like that one, but I love Tommy Boy. All right, do you want to throw some shockers out there for him, Jay, or do you want to keep talking about other favorites?
No, throw out some shockers.
You know what was actually that threw me off? Two threw me off, which I'm not huge for, but I get Iron Giant. People love Iron Giant. That did not do well in the box office, so I didn't make enough money.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it too, but people live and die by it. My brother-in-law, I have those decals that you and me love to hand out during conventions?
Yeah.
He ran to grab the Iron Giant one.
Yeah.
And another friend of mine too, when Ready Player One came out, he was so stoked to see the Iron Giant.
I was gonna say Ready Player One kind of revived it even more, and for a lot of people, it's like it would be for them what Halo is to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it was just a big deal for them.
Yeah, and I.
But one of
yeah.
Sorry.
No, I just didn't care for it, but I never actually saw it. I just saw clips.
I remember thinking it was kind of dark for a movie, and I'm like, it's a cartoon. I don't like darkness.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah, unless it's Batman.
Oh, Batman animated series. Let's go.
Speaking of bombs, the Joel Schumacher ones, those are true bombs, but they are not good movies.
Hey, have you even seen them yet?
I have seen them, yes. I refuse to rewatch them because I liked them as a kid, and I refuse to rewatch them because I don't want it to be tarnished.
You don't want to see Batman wearing ice skates, playing hockey with Mr. Freeze, and
having little hard nipples on his suit?
I love that. That was a thing.
Oh, it's so awesome. My favorite quote is there's someone out to kill Batman, and his name is Joel Schumacher.
And he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Like Sam Stamos said in our last cast, it literally changed the dynamic between creators, studios, and directors in their creative vision. They weren't going to let directors have whatever you want to call it, unbound creativity.
Which is good and bad. I mean, it ruined the Fantastic Four movie that came out about 6 years ago.
And Suicide Squad.
Yeah, right.
And Justice League.
It is bad. Sometimes it's good to reel them in.
It all depends on the director, man. If you find the right director, let them have it.
Or you know what, release the other copy too if you have it. Now I guess it'll be more common now. The Schneider cut made it more possible. I feel like for the streaming site with the budget and demand, they might release things.
Ironically, they're saying that in the Multiverse of Madness had a lot of reshoots and it kind of got butchered by the studio, which is unusual for Marvel. Typically, they let the Taikas and whoever else do it. And Sam Raimi is such a well-known director. I'm surprised the studio stepped in and changed Multiverse of Madness so much. But you can see it in the film. Like you can tell that there were reshoots and stuff. They changed things. Kind of interesting. But
kind of
we're not talking about that right now.
I love Marvel blasphemy. Just kidding. I'm not huge into Strange. Never was.
Okay.
Princess Bride, though. That's what I was going to talk about. That was a bomb.
Yeah.
How is that not one of the most quoted movies of all time?
It probably is one of my top 5 most quoted movies from me. I love that film. And it's so quotable. And it doesn't get old. I could watch that film once a year and I wouldn't get tired of it.
Easy, right? Easy. I mean, there's still... people who cosplay as that. Cosplay, not Halloween, like cosplay.
A lot. We saw a bunch of them at a con last year at FanX.
At our Salt Lake one.
Yeah.
Salt Lake convention.
We saw a ton of Princess Bride, whether it was Dread Pirate Strawberry or Princess Buttercup. Like, there were a lot of them. Not too many Andre the Giants, but he's a hard one to cosplay as, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, but still.
One I wanted to talk about, and I want to talk about this for a little while, if it's okay. Tron Legacy.
Oh, that's the one I want to talk about, too, because I think you and me are one of those few that love it, because I loved it.
Dude, Tron Legacy is probably in my top 15 favorite movie list, which I've seen over 200 films, so...
for those of you listening, I just ripped out the Blu-ray of it. I bought a Blu-ray of it. That's how much I liked it back in the day.
Yeah. Okay, so let's... Go ahead, Johnny. What year does it say what year Tron Legacy came out? I thought it came out in like 2008, but I could be wrong.
I mean, keep vamping for a second, because my old eyes can't see 2011. See, a year even before John Carter.
Man, talk about good movies.
Yeah, Disney blowing good movies.
Dude, and this is another film that could have a mini-series afterwards.
Oh, that'd be such a good one. Especially after the craze of Cyberpunk, the video game coming out. That came out, right, 2-3 years ago. So like the people like this a lot. What was that one that Harrison Ford made? Why am I driving?
Blade Runner 2049.
Blade Runner, right? Yeah, that one I think evened out.
It bombed a little bit. 2049.
Okay, yeah, but not enough to make like a list. But I'm just saying the desire is there though for that cyberpunk. How many people love 80s synthwave music now? Right? The past 10 years, 5 years, people are just, I love 80s synth.
Dude, that film, Tron Legacy, put Daft Punk on the map. Like, they were already popular, but they became so popular after that. So let me set the scene for you a little bit. So let's see, if it's 2011, I'm running on I'm like 17 years old, right? So I'm still kind of fresh eyes and everything, and it was the first 3D film I'd seen that deserved to be a 3D. Like, this is finally in IMAX. They've done 3D and they've done it well. And with the visuals in that film, with the blue and the orange, like, that film looked so good in 3D. It was honestly like, and the screen was so big, like, you couldn't even take in everything. You know, it was that type of IMAX where it was so big, you couldn't see the edges in your peripherals. And I've never been pulled into a movie so much. Like, I fell so in love with the characters. Another one with a strong female lead. Olivia Wilde's character is super strong in that one. When he's like, "Pull up, you're not gonna make it," when they're escaping the field or whatever.
The track thing they do.
Yeah, and she totally lands it, and then she goes, "Made it." You know, that film. So not only was it like the cinematography, which I always talk about, was unbelievably good in that film, way ahead of its time. And I watched a video where they break down, like, they had a combination of like CGI combined with like practical effects, combined with like a combination of the two. Like, so they were doing all three, where they were combining it and then they were also having it on its own, and they were also so it was a really innovative film for that. They dumped a bunch of money in it, and it didn't make all that much money back, but it does have a high, like, it has a pretty good following and a high, you know, like a high score. So it makes me wonder if they should have just continued, because a lot of times if you have a really good film, you may not make money on your first film, but you will on your second. You know what I mean?
I think Spider-Man, the 2000s Maguire, did really good on the first one, but that second one just destroyed everything.
Yeah, whenever you create a following, like if you look at the first Iron Man, yeah, it made a ton of money, but you compare that to Infinity War and Endgame, yeah, and it's unbelievably not even close. So that's true of other films. So even if you take a $20 million loss on the first one, if you have a huge following, you know, if the film starts to get resurrected, like if The Princess Bride or Shawshank Redemption, if they had continued with that story, even though you shouldn't make sequels to those films, they are so good. You should not make a sequel. But if you had, in theory, the second one would have made a lot more money. Mm-hmm. Especially if it was geared for a sequel, which John Carter and Tron both were. Johnny, why don't you tell me about Tron? You were like 27 at the time.
I was 42. Thank you very much. I looked 27
I know. We're going off my 17-year-old memory where you still had a beard, and I was like, wow, that guy's old.
I had a beard at 12, so that never helps when we speak. No, it was again. there was nothing like that at the time, right? There wasn't anything that was like, it was a video game, like it looked great. The CGI was even how they made the dad CGI young, even back then, it looked really well. Kurt Russell
For the time.
Yeah, for that time.
I think it was Jeff Bridges, not Kurt Russell, but they look the same.
Is it Bridges?
I'm pretty sure it's Bridges.
Okay. Me and names. I thought I was happy I got Kurt Russell right. It probably was Bridges. That's right, because he was meditating in there after. It was the dude. How did I forget about the dude? Anyway, but everything about it, and I think Olivia Munn was really new at the time.
Olivia Wilde.
Wilde. Yeah, Munn is the other one. I'm just butchering names. That's what happens when I wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Yeah, so it was really breakout for her too. Which she was awkward, but it worked. She was very good at selling being the awkward like AI, whatever she was, at the time. So I thought it was great, and I wasn't really into 80s synth. Like I didn't pay attention to it till then. Like that opened my eyes a lot to Daft Punk. You were right, and even a little shout out to the master of metal. Right, that's his name. Listens to 80s synth. So I'm saying it's out there for you.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on how similar the lead in John Carter and the lead in Tron? They have similar. That's similar
true.
builds.
They are pretty similar, aren't they?
Similar voices. Like they both have deep voices, but they're kind of thinner, average build guys. You know what I mean? No,
yeah, it really works. I mean, they had different drives. Obviously, like one is daddy issues, bringing in one is just a belittled family. Yeah, their casting's pretty close. Think about it.
But I feel so bad for both the actors because it's not that they derailed their careers. They're both still around. You see them all the time. They're still doing successful things. But neither of them are, Iron Man. Neither of them are leading a Marvel superhero film, which they could be. They are that good of actors.
Oh, dude, imagine John Carter as Gambit.
Well, he was in X-Men Origins of Wolverine.
That's right, but imagine him as like a proper Gambit. I don't like that.
Dude,
Gambit.
That film is so bad. Yeah, imagine he would have. It was the perfect casting in the worst film.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine his Gambit done right. Like, so he could do it. I mean, even the one from Tron, he could be an amazing Johnny Blaze.
You could put them in as most people, honestly.
Yeah. But no, that's true. They probably thought they landed like the gig of a lifetime, right? And they all can't be Will Smith giving up the Matrix to shoot Wild Wild West, but still have a career.
Right, it's true. I know. And Wild Wild West is a film I do not care for.
I'm not huge on it either. I've seen it probably twice. The Matrix I rewatch all the time.
What are your thoughts? So, but if you had to pick between the two on which film you enjoyed more,
Carter. I think I like Carter more.
I think I'd pick Tron barely. I love Tron, dude. The sound design, that is almost a perfect film for me. That movie's pushing into the top 10 even. It is that good of a film.
I just liked Tron had a very good closed world, right? Like it was all done in this certain type of arena, if you will. But John Carter, I love when you open up a big world. Something about like look at this other culture that's identical to yours. The vastness of it I like more. But I mean, tell me we're gonna watch either or, I'll be happy either way. I'm not gonna complain at all.
So, John Carter, he looks like another character about a film I wanted to talk about, since we're on that vein, and he's voiced by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Do you know what film I'm talking about?
No, what?
It's Treasure Planet.
Oh, I did know. I wanted to sound crazy. Treasure Planet? Is that the Muppet movie?
Have you ever seen the Muppets on Treasure Island?
Treasure Island, yeah.
Really good, another good film, but I don't think that one bombed. I think that one was actually super successful.
Well, it's the Muppets. I mean, their name will carry them to break even.
But that one that's their best film, in my opinion. No, but Treasure Planet. Yeah, so the voice of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I
can't realize that.
When did that film come out? Since you're on it,
I
want to make a guess. That one I think is 2006.
Dude, 2002.
Oh wow, that's really old.
You weren't even born yet.
So here's a cool factoid for you on Treasure Planet. One of the main writers at Disney had been wanting to make Treasure Planet. He wanted to make Treasure Island in space for years and years and years and years. And they told him he had to make a few films before it that were going to be, they thought would be more popular. It was like The Lion King and maybe it was Pocahontas was the other one. Anyway, there were two films that were really both darlings. And he finally, because they were so successful, they said, okay, we're going to let you have your creative vision, make Treasure Planet. And he does, and it bombs. And it's one of the saddest stories in Hollywood for me because I think Treasure Planet is a super underrated film. I think it is phenomenally good, and it makes me so sad that, like, that is a film I think that could even have a live-action remake. Whereas I don't want to see The Lion King remade. I would love to have seen Treasure Planet remade. It would look so good in live action.
Yeah, I mean it's hitting like top 70%, 7 out of 10 on everything. Which for a movie that you should be happy with that. If you get 70% of the audience to like it.
Well, and Jimbo's just he's such a likable character in the film, and in Treasure Island. I mean, there's a reason why the story has lasted so long. It's you've got suspense, sword fighting, revenge. Sorry, I'm quoting The Princess Bride.
And you get and you have like it's a little bit like the. I keep going back to the hero's journey because that's what we love, where people just grow, right?
Right.
And people you trust betray you, but at the end they have hearts.
Well, and the idea of you're living a life and suddenly you're not. You know what I mean? Like something happens and all of a sudden you're on your journey. So like in this case, the bad pirate shows up and tells him to beware of the Cyclops, and then his inn that he works at gets blown up. In John Carter's case, he gets transformed, or he gets transposed to another dimension. And then similar in Tron, like you said, all these guys are living their normal lives until suddenly they're not. And I love that concept because you're taking on that journey with them. They're so comfortable and I don't know. There's just something about it.
I feel like you just like the movie because you liked his little hovercraft ride that he has, the windboard, whatever, with the sail.
No, man, I like little Morphe. He's like a little cat that changes into things.
Dude. I like that little that parasailer he had. That was like a hoverboard. I thought that was so cool. That's my memory of that. How much I love it.
So real quick,
that'd be another one good too. I mean, you could easily make this. I mean, it'd be actually kind of expensive to make a mini series out of this.
It'd be very expensive.
But how many things do we have that are pirates based right now? And it did really well. Stars had that Black Sail. In the mid-2000s, that did really well. I think that's what it's called, Black Sails. I know Chez was really into it. Our friend Chez, the master of Liverpool. And then we had, like Pirates of the Caribbean. Whatever. That's lately now in the news again, just because of the trial that's going on. But other than that,
polarized.
But yeah. But other than that, though, there's really not. You and me, we love the superheroes. They're doing that, but there's room for more.
Right.
That'd be a good
Pirates in Space would be cool.
I mean, would you rather see it live action or because they can make a sequel to this?
So I would like to see, if we're gonna do the Disney live actions of classic films, I would like to see Atlantis and I would like to see Treasure Planet made into live actions. I don't want to see whatever the next film is that's gonna be live action.
There.
Sleeping Beauty. I think it's Sleeping Beauty is the next one.
I thought they did Sleeping Beauty already.
I don't think so. They did Cinderella.
I was thinking of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh yeah,
that was all this time. They're all the same for me.
You should have known that one with Emma Watson.
I'm like I appreciate her, but
okay. So real quick before we jump to the next film, I just wanted to let everyone know that the Green Lantern film made $220 million at the box office.
But they spent $10 billion making it. So.
No, they spent $200 million. So they were $20 million ahead. $20 million ahead. I'm sure.
So Ryan Reynolds is worth $20 million.
I'm sure, Johnny, that the marketing took that $20 million, maybe a little bit more. But in terms of the official budget, it is not a bomb.
That is so crazy, man. Because that just goes to show you.
You just never know.
Because. Yeah, it just goes to show you. I will say this. I just want to ask you here real quick. On the verge of, I know it wasn't a bomb or anything. Did you ever watch Titan AE?
Say it again?
Titan AE? That's what it's called?
No. Never even
really?
heard of it. Never heard of it.
Maybe I'm quoting it wrong. Yeah, Titan AE. It came out in 2000. It's with Matt Damon. It's where they have, Earth is destroyed and then the humans are spread out and then there's an alien race trying to get him. I'm shocked you haven't seen it. I'm going to send you the link to watch it. You should watch it because you like everything else.
Okay.
It's on Hulu. It's on Stars. It's on Sling TV. I was looking at where it's at. Amazon Prime has it. Looks like too. Good. Amazon Prime. Everyone has Amazon Prime. Really watch it. It's on the same vein of Atlantis, Treasure Planet, of where it's just animation style, where it's not for little kids.
Okay.
But it's also not like heavy graphic. Like it's not heavy.
It's not Invincible.
Yeah. It's not It's like the equivalent of like 10, PG-10, whatever. Of where it's like you can appreciate it, but it's not profanity and murder. I'm shocked you haven't seen it. Titan AE. It's with Matt Damon, Drew Barrymore. Anyways, it's a great. Same to the Steam. Anyways, I was gonna say out of those three, which ones were your favorite? But since you haven't seen it,
Treasure Planet.
Okay, easy done. I was gonna say for you knights that have seen proper movies, unlike Jay, Titan AE is a great movie, and it's a good movie where you didn't need a sequel for it. You had the whole cool. I have the story, and I'm happy.
Have you, in your many years, I want to talk about two fighting films. Have you ever seen Fight Club?
I'm not supposed to talk about that.
Rule number one.
It's kind of a rule.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah.
But have you seen it?
Of course I've seen it, Jay.
How can you not
watch a movie about a guy who's crazy?
You just like it because it's Brad Pitt shirtless throughout the whole movie.
Brad Pitt's amazing.
Tell me about Fight Club since I've never seen it. What you can share.
I mean, I can't share a lot. It's just about a guy named Jay Mortimer. Oh, sorry. Different movie, different lifestyle. It's just about a depressed man. He can't sleep. And then he just finds a club and he feels alive. Did you ever watch the Chuck, remember in the TV show Chuck, where they all start fighting? Chuck kicks one of them in the head. Anyway. And then they're like, I feel alive. So the guy started feeling alive again. It helped his depression. Huge spoilers on it. I'm not going to ruin anything. It's worth watching. It is a little heavier movie for Jay. So want that out there. But it's just a good movie about a guy. He narrates himself, insomnia, discomfort. We've all had that, especially in the past 2 years, right? People have had a lot of depression, insomnia. It's common. So you can relate a lot with this character. Not fully, hopefully, but a little bit enough to see where he's at. Mental health-wise. Our new word of this century, right? Mental health.
Yeah. Okay, I'll have to give it a watch. Have you?
Yeah, that's one of those two, Jay. You need to be in the right headspace.
Yeah. I've wanted to watch it for years because I keep hearing stuff about it, but I just never have buckled down to do it. I've never been at the brink, you know.
Here's what I want you to do, Jay. Do it, and then we'll buy the soap after, the T-shirt soap that everyone wears, the shirt, and we'll wear that.
Sounds good. Who wrote that one? Is that Fincher? Yeah, David Fincher did that one. Okay, so have you ever heard of a movie called Warrior? Another fighting film.
You mean the reason why I wish I had traps?
Yeah.
Water slide traps of Bane. What's his
Hardy.
name? Ed Hardy. Ed Hardy traps.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah, Ed Hardy's a stupid fan. Yeah, his freaking body in that movie
is unbelievable.
About MMA brothers. I feel like we had to in our line of work where we were growing up because everyone was watching MMA at the time.
Yeah. No, it hit us at the right age. 100%. Warrior came out at the right age for us because it was what was really trending amongst the youths.
The youths. But it was also a good story too about brothers, right? Like it was a very reminiscent of the first Rocky movie, you know, like people just not out of the gutter. Was there a big budget for that movie even? I feel like there wouldn't have been.
I just had $13 million, but it did bomb.
That's so crazy. I remember everyone watching that.
Wait, no, it only made $13 million, but it had a budget of 25.
That's so crazy. That even had that big of a budget.
I think the thing is so I only ever saw it after theaters. Like I didn't even know about it in theaters. And I think everyone did that. Like it's got a huge following now, but no one watched it in theaters.
And I think too, it was on the height of it probably released right when MMA was getting massive, so the timing was just a little off.
Yeah, well, it's funny. It kind of led the path for movies like Southpaw to be successful. You know what I mean? Like the same exact vein of a movie, because of that movie ended up having such a good following. One thing I was going to say about it is Uncle Owen is in the film. I don't know if you remember that. Joel Edgerton.
Oh, really? I don't remember that at all. I just can't get past Hardy's traps, man.
He's Uncle Owen in the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series. So the brother that he's fighting against.
Old Ben?
No, not Old Ben. Uncle Owen.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Uncle Owen, where you at, Uncle Owen?
Yeah, so not the original actor, but the one who's this is a fun fact for you. In Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, when Obi-Wan drops off Luke, he gives him to Owen, who is played by Joel Edgerton. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I said that right. Joel Edgerton. Holy cow. Fun fact, Joel Edgerton is now in the Kenobi series, same actor. So after all those years, he's achieved stardom and they've kept him. So it was like his first big film. And I think the wife is the same too.
Really?
So that's kind of cool because that's coming out in a week from today. From tomorrow.
So that's why you're extra nerdy lately.
Yeah, that's why you're wearing a Star Wars shirt.
I mean, I always wear a Star Wars shirt. And I've never seen a Star Wars movie. Weird.
I only have one more film, Johnny, and it's not Star Wars. Star Wars did not bomb at the box office. Although Solo did. Oh, let's go there real quick. What did you think of Solo?
I'm actually happy about Solo.
I think that movie single-handedly made it so that we're not going to have single Star Wars movies anymore. It's going to be miniseries or trilogies.
Yeah, but I mean, how epic was Rogue One, though? Let's go.
Know.
Come on now.
Let's go. I'm with you there. And I actually liked Solo. I don't hate it. I think it was a movie that didn't need to be made, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, you and Uncle Sam were more fans of it. I was not a fan of it.
You hated it?
I didn't hate it. I was just like, eh.
You hated it.
It persists upon itself. That's a Family Guy quote. But yeah, I mean, I have just some I'm going to throw out, but keep going on that note.
I only have one more film, so you're gonna have to. Unless you want to hear my humdinger.
I'll save your last one unless I hit it. But I'm just gonna do a quick rundown. Because it's big here. Hocus Pocus bombed, but I feel like that's more nostalgia.
But it's got such a huge following now.
I mean, they're still working on a sequel to that movie 25 years later.
Bette Midler. I still don't know how I feel about her.
She is what she is.
What I meant by that was, like, as a kid, I was like, is she pretty? Is she not? I could never decide.
I did not have that with Sarah Jessica Parker. That's a witch.
Yeah. There's a very interesting scene in that film. I rewatched it and I was like, wow, this is PG.
Right? Disney got away with a lot in the mid-90s.
Yeah. There are a few scenes in that film where I was like,
when she was on the broom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, of course I knew that one.
So there's two scenes in particular that stand out. There's one where, like, the brother is, like, starting to, like, hold on to a pillow, and he's, like, moaning a girl's name, and I'm like, what? And then the little girl comes running in and interrupts him, and I'm like, that was weird.
What do you call that, Sam? Yabos? Sam likes your yabos.
And then the other scene, is when Sarah Jessica Parker is on her broom singing for all the children, and, like, her bosom is, like...
Come to me.
She keeps bending over, and, Anyway.
It explains why we are the way we are.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
And it did, Dean. It did. I'll just throw out really quick. Did you ever watch Scott Pilgrim versus
I didn't care for it. I watched clips. It was really artistic. I'll give it that, but I didn't care for it.
I liked it. It was a good comic book comic, meaning there was just a lot of quick pace. Big actors in that movie too. Were random bad guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of start for a lot of people too. Aubrey Plaza was the muted person on that one. She got really big in that. But that was one of those that there's a huge following for that one. I like it. I don't love her. I like it. But a big following for that one. The only other random one I've never seen. Willy Wonka was a buzz too.
That was mine.
Yeah. Is that the one you wanted to bring up?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that one real quick.
That'll be you want to do it now?
Yeah. I mean,
fine, this is my last one.
I'll just name out one more at the end here, but yeah.
Okay. My last one's Willy Wonka. So this film, a few fun facts about this film. Gene Wilder told people that they should never remake it because it would never be that good. And then Johnny Depp, may he rest in peace with his acting career. We love you, Johnny. But,
I don't know, man. It might be resurrected in the next 2 weeks.
Dude, he's gotten so much support, honestly. I would not be surprised if he's brought back. I could see Disney...
Or just start over.
The rumblings on the street are that Amber Heard's character is going to be completely written out of the new Aquaman, and Johnny Depp is going to be regrafted into the Hollywood universe.
Yeah, they're gonna get Amelia Clark. Miss Khaleesi herself will probably take over for Aquaman.
That would be so good. She's such a better actress, and she's
She's
not
great.
crazy. She's not insane, at least that we know of. I haven't
Allegedly,
even
she's
I haven't
not.
even watched that much of the trial, and yet I'm still just like, are you kidding me? Like, she pooped in the bed, like, and that's not
If you
even
look
like the
like that,
worst
Jay,
thing.
you can poop in the bed. There's a Sunny in Philadelphia episode of Who Pooped in the Bed, and I always remember that. They
Isn't
try
it-
that. Frank and
Isn't it Danny
Frank-
DeVito?
What? Yeah, Frank, Danny DeVito's character, and Charlie Day's character, Charlie. They share a bed in the show, and they're trying to figure out who pooped in the bed. And the whole episode was that who pooped in the bed, and it was that's what I only our master of comedian Zach and Andy and Mr. Traveler. Good joke about that. I think no one else really watches it, but us three. And Shelly.
Doesn't he poop on the floor at one point? Like, he's like, I just pooped a
He's
minute
like,
ago.
I got tired of it. I just pooped in the bed. So I was trying to back in our glory meme days, because I keep trying to go back to our glory days of the meme. Our meme game used to be strong. Remember, the meme game was strong on this one.
Well, we need Elon Musk to buy Instagram so we can not be blacklisted for whatever reason, whatever unholy reason blacklisted us.
I was trying to make a meme about how they, at the end, she's just gonna poop in the trial and be like, "Oh, no one was watching. I got bored." It's not cutscene.
That would have been really funny. You should have done that, man. It was trending.
It's just, I mean, by the time this airs, we still I'm just not that good.
Dude, you could just Photoshop Amber Heard's face over Danny DeVito when he's talking about it.
This is why we need to talk more live in person.
We'll do that. Look
That's
out for it,
nerds. Take a
nerds.
3-week hiatus because I have a sore throat in real life.
Okay, that was a huge tangent on Johnny Depp, which brings us back to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which later was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But Gene Wilder said to never remake
comes from
it.
a novel, Charlie and the Chocolate.
Gene Wilder said to never remake it. Gene Wilder is a comedic legend, maybe one of the funniest actors of all time. The film did bomb. It's based on a Roald Dahl novel, and the last fun bit of fact I know about the film is that there was actual sewage in the river.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really gross.
Yeah, it was weird that bombed because the music was amazing. Kids loved candy. Really shocked that bombed.
Yeah. I think, again, it has a huge following now. I think a lot of times these really good films, I think the problem isn't always making a good film. It's marketing that film. You know what I mean? Getting people to show up is the actual issue. And
It could also be timing.
True. And it depends on, what kind of following they have. Like, the Harry Potter new films are absolutely horrendous. They're so bad, and yet they still make a ton of money.
The newest one was good, though.
Which one?
The newest one that dropped a month
No.
ago.
It was still bad.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
No, I don't. After Hermione's gone, I don't really care.
I'll send you a link to some things. It was awful. Atrocious, Johnny.
Just horrible.
No, but those are all my films. You had one more for me?
Well, I was just gonna go the Big Lebowski, which I'm not huge in, but people love it.
Yeah.
That bombed. The other one that surprised me, and I know why now the more I think about it. Did you ever watch Office Space? It came out in the it came out during the Y2K.
It's got the guy from Scrubs in it, right?
No, he looks like him though, but it's not the guy from Scrubs.
Okay.
No, it's technically Boomhauer from King of the Hill.
Oh.
On there. He just goes like, I believe you stole my stapler. Another movie that's super quotable. In fact, if you watch Family Guy, they made a lot of quotes on it. Anyway, I think that one just came out because people are just sick of the internet. Like, they were worried about it. So that makes sense. I'll do one. And I guess I just like movies that no one likes that bombed. I really laughed on The Land of the Lost. That was remade by
That's a
Will
funny
Ferrell.
film. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, that bombed bad. And a lot of people didn't like it. But I remember laughing out loud in the theaters when I went.
Oh, I quote that one all the time. I was playing basketball. In high school, I played basketball for our team, and one of the kids had hurt his ankle, and I went running over and I said, "I need to take a look at that." Now, bear in mind that although I am a doctor, I am not a licensed physician. And he just stared at me, and it took him like a full minute, and then he just laughed his head off. But it took him like a full minute to laugh though.
People don't like that movie. Like it's still like it's rated really low, but I thought it was hilarious. I still watch it.
Oh yeah. But we're pretty big Will Ferrell
fans,
especially
right? what happened with Matt Lauer back then, like the whole Me Too movement, like should have been huge.
Oh yeah, it's true.
But that one threw me off. That was just one of those that I can see people not liking because like some people don't like Will Ferrell. I think he's hilarious.
And that movie was a very, very much a Will Ferrell movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not huge when he gets that the other guy in it. I forget his name. He was in
Hot Rod.
He's explosive. Yeah, that guy, the explosive expert.
Ironically, he's the explosive expert in that other film with Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. Tropic Thunder. That's where I was thinking of him at. I forgot he's typecast.
As the explosives expert.
I will end it on this. Oh, another train of thought. Anyways, any movie that bombs sci-fi related, just watch it. You'll love it. Except for one movie, which I hated, and for me to hate a movie, Jay, you know it's big. Like, cause my tolerance is high, especially if I don't have to pay $20 to watch it. Jupiter Ascending was straight up the most garbage thing I've ever seen in my life. Next to the ending of Moon Knight. Anyway, that's the only one that I agree that I say don't watch.
Okay, so that is our list. Nice. Real quick, Johnny, I wanted to spend a little bit of extra time with you because I have some nerd news.
Okay. Sorry, I don't have my keyboard set up yet.
So it was just announced that a new Daredevil series is in the works for Disney Plus.
Is it the same actor?
Same actor, yeah.
Let's effing go.
Yeah, I just got a text on it. It was just announced.
I mean, the writing's on the wall. They made you agree to watch. Disney Plus made you agree that you're an adult watching heavier stuff.
Yeah.
That disclaimer update, I think, a month ago.
Yeah.
And his cameo, man. I literally just got stars just to rewatch Far From No Way Home, whatever the last one was.
No Way Home.
No Way Home, yeah. Just because that's such an epic. I might buy it, man. It's one of those epic movies that I'd love to have a tangible copy of.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, depending on where you live, sometimes there's construction. The internet can go down. Then you need to watch something. Have a real copy of a movie, man.
Charlie Cox is the name of Daredevil.
He's so frippin' good.
He's so charismatic. He's so good at Daredevil.
And he is Daredevil, though.
Yeah.
That's who you think of Matt Murdock. That's who I think of.
100%. Yeah, he's irreplaceable for me at this point.
And why I loved it, too, is he got his butt kicked in the first season.
Yeah.
He was just getting owned left and right.
Yeah. No, it's super true. They also dropped a trailer for the new Avatar. I thought it looked pretty all right.
That's what I was gonna say. Sorry to cut you off real quick, but we'll do a segment of really low because it's just me. Movies that were amazing and box office hits where I just hated, and Avatar was one of them.
Yeah, we need to do the reverse next week.
Yeah, I hands down did not like Avatar. I couldn't even finish it. For me, and I have a thing about it hurts my head if I don't finish something. I can finish it. I'm like, what is the love affair for this crap? I just when I hate, Jay, I hate.
I think we should probably end on that, Johnny. We're gonna tie it out right at an hour.
Oh, nice. Thanks for listening up to it. Well, pay attention to our shorts. We've been getting really good YouTube shorts out there. Instagram, TikTok shorts of just nonsense.
Yeah. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Like Johnny said, it really helps us out a ton. Any of those things help us out a ton.
We want to be more celebrated at our conventions.
Yes, please. We want to be recognized by someone who didn't already know us before we got there.
You know what I really want, Jay? I want just not creepy R.R. Martin looking old men come up to me and be like, where do I know you from? I recognize you from somewhere. That was my fan club. The Johnny fan club, which I've bragged about for years, is just R.R. Mountain old guys with white hair and big beards and a black hat.
Sounds like
You don't
something
remember? I
from
got like 3 of
SpongeBob.
those in a row.
Yeah, I remember. Spooky. Spooky.
Where do I know
Johnny.
you from, boy? I don't know.
On that
Are
creepy
you
note.
Mr. Kitty? Are you the one that was talking to us? We miss you.
On that
All
creepy
right,
note,
guys,
ladies and gentlemen.
let us know what you think. Please, me and Jay will love nothing more of a movie that we recommended that you've never seen, that you watched, even if you hated it. Let us know.
Yeah. No, let us know, please. I
Hate it, love it.
yeah. And let us know both what, movies bomb that you love and what movies did really well that you hate.
Yeah, tell us something to watch. Jay's gonna have a little bit of free time here. He's gonna watch Titan AE. I'm gonna watch something. I don't know. Valerian again. I'll be the only one rewatching that for the 3rd time in the history of that movie.
No. There was a movie we went over that you said you hadn't seen that you need to watch. I don't remember which one it was, Johnny. But it was one of them.
It was probably a heavier one. You know me.
Citizen Kane.
Citizen Kane.
Yeah,
No?
you're gonna go. No, it was Shawshank. It was Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah. Watch it proper. I'll get in a better headspace. I doubt it.
All right, Knights. We will see you on the flippity flop.
Flippity flip.